Crime stories can also take on a special writing style and structure. You'll want to add color, not clutter. Now, police have their own lingo, and you'll need to decipher their jargon for your readers. Be sure to keep your language clear and simple. Avoid sloppy allegations. In this country, people are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Even if you stumble upon a dead body and a second person standing over the corpse with a bloody knife, all you really know is that one person is dead. It's up to the police, and later the courts, to sort out what actually happened, and up to you to not convict a person prematurely. Doing so could get you sued for libel if it turns out the knife wielder wasn't the killer after all. Slapping the word alleged in front of a person's name doesn't do much to prove innocence either. Instead, try to separate the suspect from the crime. Someone wasn't charged with murder. The person was arrested in connection with a murder. Just like with fire stories, crimes often involve dramatic sequences of events. So a chronological story form might be the best way to tell that story. Don't forget about the martini glass style, though. Again, this one starts with the traditional inverted pyramid lead, goes into chronological style, and then ends with a kicker. An ending that concludes the story in a clever way, such as a surprise, a punchline, or a memorable quote. To cover a crime beat, a journalist must first get familiar with police procedures, arrange for a ride-along, take a tour of a forensics lab, and otherwise educate yourself about what's going on. Police won't have time to answer your procedural questions in the middle of a crime scene. Get copies of blank police reports so you'll know exactly what to request later. Use a police scanner and either memorize or keep a list handy of what various ID numbers and codes mean. When something big gets called in, get to the scene. There's also a police scanner app for your phone. Look for trends, patterns, and connections between crimes. Convey the human drama. Crime isn't just about cops. It's about the real people that are impacted by crime. The victims and survivors, their families, and the families of the accused. Finally, don't print confessions. You've probably watched enough TV crime dramas to know that suspects might give a false confession because of a misunderstanding or coercion. Don't trust a confession until it is admitted as evidence during a trial. When covering crime, there are some things you should keep out of your story. Generally, the names of minors are kept out of news stories. This includes both those minors accused of crimes and those who are the victims or survivors. A minor may, however, be named if being tried as an adult. Survivors of sexual assault are usually not named in news stories to protect them from public scrutiny. Some newspapers also keep the names of defendants in sexual assault cases private until the person is convicted. If naming victims or survivors may threaten their safety or expose them to further harm, those names may also be withheld from publication. Don't label someone as a suspect. People and police may just be seeking information from any number of people for a variety of reasons. Just because the police want to talk to someone about a crime does not mean the person is guilty. Finally, avoid stereotyping people. Referencing a defendant's race, ethnicity, religion, gender identity, sexual orientation, or lifestyle may reflect negatively on everyone with that identity. Omit that information unless truly relevant, such as when police release a physical description.